The latest White House coronavirus task force report warns that we are seeing an aggressive community spread in Georgia. Hospitals are experiencing the brunt of the community spread of COVID-19. Half of Georgia's 14 hospital regions are now strained by COVID patients. The state reports more than 2,600 people needing medical care today alone. That's about the same number we saw in mid-August. In total, Georgia has seen more than 450,000 coronavirus cases, adding another 3,600 confirmed cases today. There were also another 2,000 probable cases today. Those come from rapid antigen tests, which are less reliable but offer faster results.